Good afternoon, everyone. It's Amanda from Southern Designs, and as you know, I love to help business owners get their paperwork under control. So I thought I'd pop in. It's time for this week's Southern tip, and I've had a few questions regarding Google Forms and MailChimp. So what I thought I would do today is I've spoken about how to build a Google form before, and last week I showed you how to build a landing page in MailChimp. So I thought this week what I can do is show you how, once you've got the Google form collecting data, to bring that Google form, the data out of Google form and into MailChimp, so you can actually then utilize your MailChimp better to make sure that you can then email people. So as you're jumping on in, pop down, say hello down below so I can say hi to you as well. Now, don't forget, hashtag replay if you're catching me on the replay. And as always, if you've got any questions, just pop them down below and I'll come back and answer them, even if you're on the replay. So let's get into it right now. So let's just pop this screen up here so you can see it. Drop me down a little bit. And let's go get rid of that. And now you should be able to see what I see. So I just need to log into my MailChimp account. Just wait on the computer. I thought I had done all of this. MailChimp, I've noticed, has had a change of look in the last couple of days. So what I'm going to do is, you'll see I've created a couple of lists before, but I've got an old one here, which I'm just going to, no, I don't want to show you that one because there's too much personal information on that one. So we'll go back to campaigns. And we'll create a new list. So the first thing we need to do, if you're going to bring your information from Google Forms into a list like MailChimp, you actually need to create your list. So what we're going to do here is we're going to create a list, and we are going to call it this particular list, for the purposes of the exercise, Southern Tips Test List. And with MailChimp, for example, it wants to know who you're sending it from. So this is the email address I use for my and then here you want the default name. So this is a name that's going to show up, when you receive your emails and it says Joe Blow and whatnot in the little box in your inbox. This is what that is asking for. Then you do need to send people a little bit of a reminder as to why they've why they're receiving an email from you, and then you've got confirmation for the list. Now, in some countries, like Canada, for example, so if you've got customers in Canada, they by law need to have a double opt-in so that they know that you get confirmation that they actually want to be on your mailing list. And if you're dealing with Europe, you need to enable the GDPR fields, which basically make sure that you know what data you are collecting and who you are allowed to use it for. And the customer also then knows that their data is treated with respect and not sold to scammers. So basically, I see these two options here as being best standard. So I tend to use both of them for myself because I figure sooner or later, both of these options are going to become mandatory here in Australia. I'm guessing that, but that's what I feel that it's going to happen. So I tend to use them because I look at them as world's best practice. So that's what I use there. And then this section here is how do you want to receive the summary of your information. So I tend to just have a daily summary. But if you want to know what's happening, you can certainly choose one of the other ones there to get the different information about how you are getting, how your list is behaving. And then you click save. So that creates the list. So that's the next thing. So next thing we want to do is actually add contacts. But before we can do that, we need to duck over to our Google form. As you can see, I've just used a template here, created a basic one, and I've just filled out a test response. The process is the same for no matter how many responses you get. So to import it from your Google Drive, your Google form account to your MailChimp account, first thing you need to do is come into your form, and then you need to click on the Create Spreadsheet button. And what that does is it creates a spreadsheet with the answers on it that the customer has provided. Now you will notice, just a little tip here, because this is a spreadsheet, what you will notice is that your phone numbers, they're treated like a number in a spreadsheet. And what that means is it's going to drop the 0 off your mobile phone numbers. So if you want to fix it up now, you can. The easiest way to do that and make sure that the spreadsheet treats your number like a text, that is, meaning it will keep the 0 in front of a mobile number. You put the 0 in front, and then in front of the 0, you put the little apostrophe in front. And what that does, it tells the spreadsheet to keep the 0 in front. So we've only got the 1 in here because it's obviously a test one. So what we need to do is we actually need to save this as what's called a CSV file. So to do that, we go down here, we download as, because it's in Google Forms. So you see this one here, comma, separated values. This is the type of spreadsheet we actually want to download it as. So we'll download that. So it's just the contact name down here is what you'll be seeing, which you can't actually see that underneath. Let me see if I can turn that off. Fine. So it should come down here into your downloads area. And then what you need to do is you go back to MailChimp and you go import contacts. And then you want to import, it tells you what types you can do here. So you copy and paste from file, which can be quite a long process if you've got a lot. But so if you've got multiple entries on your form, the easiest thing to do is to make sure it's a CSV file and click this button here. Click on next. And we'll just wait for the internet to catch up to us. Find the file. Make sure, in most cases, it will be in your download file. So I'll just go down here. As you can see, there we go. It's that file there. So then I click open and then on next. And what it's going to do now is give you some, see these columns here? It wants to match these columns, the columns from the spreadsheet to the MailChimp columns. So basically it's saying in this column, timestamp, what column name do you want to give it in MailChimp? But you don't really need the timestamp as a general rule, so I'd skip that one. So I'm saying to MailChimp, I don't need to import that one. So this one here with name, we want to do create this, call this one first name or contact name, so that when you are sending emails out, you can go, hey, Amanda, or hi there, Amanda, or whatever, instead of just hi there. And it allows you to personalize the emails that go out a bit more. So you just match basically this section is matching what's in the spreadsheet to what MailChimp's fields are. So here we see we've got, so we want to save that. So this one here, it wants to use the email address. And as you can see, email is what I've called this one here. So I want to save that one. So this one here, I may not want to use it. So I might just skip that one. Phone number, I can use that one. So I'll save that one. And then we've got on the end here, comments. Do I need the comments in the MailChimp file for what I'm doing? Probably not. So I'll skip that one. So what that means is MailChimp now knows which files from the spreadsheet to import to your contact list. So then all you got to do is come over here and you click next. And it will do a bit of thinking. So it's imported 3 of 6 columns. No, see, I can actually add tags now, which is brand new. So I can create a tag, which I'll have to have a look into a bit more before I tell you about that one. So status of imported contacts. So you've got subscribed, unsubscribed, and clean. So this refers to whether they've subscribed to the mail list, you've taken them off the mail list, or these are addresses that have bounced too many times, so you're cleaning them out of your list. But for the purposes of what we are doing today, we're going to go with subscribed. Then you click import. Okay, so Southern Tips test list now has 1 contact. And it's as simple as that. You're now ready to send an email to everybody that you import on this contact list. So that's actually this week's Southern tip. So I hope that was actually useful for you. So let me just pop that back down there. So we're looking at each other again. And we'll bring this over here so I can actually see if anyone's commenting. So no one's commenting live, but that's okay. What we can do, if you've got any questions, reach out using the Book Now button at the top of the business page, and I can do a free consultation with you to see if there's anything I can do to help you. Otherwise, ask your questions below and I'll come back and I will either decide to do another tip video on it, or I'll just be able to answer the question there for you if it's something quick and simple. Failing that, have a wonderful Tuesday, and I will see you again for next week's Southern Tip. Bye for now.